Yes, ew. Get a few things situated here. Get it together. Get it together. Real quick. Yesterday, hope y'all had a good day yesterday. I need to get this shared up to a couple places real fast. And we off to the races. Sure. Let me get this shared out to Twitter. I still haven't figured my configuration, but I'll tweet it though. I will do that. I'm supposed to be live on YouTube, Twitter, but I'm having technical difficulties right now, which is fine. I mean, I'll get over it, you know. Good morning, Pat. Ooh, you went 4 and 0. You went 4 and 0. Top of the Pat went 4 and 0. Shout out to Pat. Went 4. Oh, that's right. I think I profited a little bit, not much yesterday, just a little bit, if any. But I hit some nice spots though. Almost done tweeting this out. I'll be back live on Twitter probably in a few days. Probably in a few days. Speaking of Twitter, let's go over here and let's check out the weather real fast. See what that do. Mm-hmm. Corbin needs to stop allowing runs. He has been getting a lot of strikeouts as of late. Yes, sir. Here we go. Here's weather. Got a long list here. Um, First and foremost, St. Louis and Atlanta, game one. They should manage to get a game in, but they'll be dodging showers and storms all afternoon and evening. Decent chance of a delay of some kind. Interesting, right? Cincinnati and Washington, good chance. And Tiffany, that game got postponed. I hope she pivoted to the Oakland guys in DFS. But if she slides through, we'll see. Cincinnati and Washington, good chance for seeing rain, but never, but never really any heavy rain. I'm going to set this as a yellow orange for now, but but we'll hopefully be able to lower risk that, assuming that things look okay this afternoon and we see a tarpless field pregame. Milwaukee and Minnesota pregame storms should be fading out around or prior to first pitch. It's a worst case. A worst case would be a late start kind of game. Chicago White Sox at Kansas City Royals. Pretty soggy day in Kansas City. By game time, models show a lingering batch of moderate rainfall holding just south of KC. If that if that is accurate, we should play with no issues. If that batch is over KC instead of just south of KC, it could be a big issue. So I reserve the right to increase the risk here if needed. So we got to keep an eye on some of this shit. Arizona and Chicago Cubs winds mostly in from right, a bit right to left at 10 miles an hour. St. Louis and Atlanta game two. Game two, scattered showers and storms around like we saw in Atlanta yesterday. These pop-up storms are not exactly easy to pinpoint. Decent chance of delay as of now, I'd say the game likely plays, but it only takes a storm or two to in the wrong spot to change that. San Francisco and Colorado, lowest chance of delay. Game will finish either way. So we got weather implications here. It's weird. Sometimes it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. The show can and will and must go on, right? So, one more thing here. All right, so, oh, I, so, let me move this weather out the way real fast. I went through a few games. I didn't go through all of them. I think I've left off at about 2 or 3 games. Uh, so I will talk about it, right? First games first. Tampa Bay and New York Yankees got an over under 8.5 in the spot, right? I do have some notes here, but this game here, this is a game here. I actually don't know what to do. Truthfully, I don't know what to do. New York and Tampa Bay. It's a hard game for me. Pause, right? But it's an interesting situation here, man. On one hand, you got Taj Bradley. Both of these guys, I want to say, I'll talk about the pitchers, right? Both of these pitchers, they're facing, they're up against their best splits. I want to say. So first of all, let's look at Taj Bradley, and I'll help you guys make a decision this way instead of just trying to shove this down your throat, right? So let's take a look at Taj Bradley. Taj Bradley will be on the road, where he pitches his best on the road. Okay, so no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He doesn't pitch his best on. Cortez pitches best on the road. On the road. I mean, at home. So, at home on the road, we got 6.2 ERA, right, for Taj Bradley. Now, Taj Bradley on the road. So I must have looked at that wrong. And good thing I checked that out. On the road, so I had it mixed up. On the road, he's got a 20% K rate to lefties, 16.7 K rate to righties, and a 333 batting average wrong with a 278 batting average to righties. So at the end of the day, I looked at this wrong. Let me see. I looked at this wrong, but I'm good. I'm glad I didn't come out here and give you guys any wrong information and post any picks. So, long story short, in general, on the road, he's only got a 18.5% K rate. At home, he's got a 36% K rate overall. You want to target this guy at home for real, right? And then, like I said, at the end of the day, on the road, he's pitching his worst to lefties at 33. He's got a 333 batting average versus lefties. That just spells left-hand batters, Soto, things like that. Soto is a guy that I'm probably going to be looking at now with hits, runs, and RBIs and things of that nature. And then, the rest of those guys that are self-explanatory, like Judge and Rice, he's going to be in play and stuff like that. So that's interesting because I'm actually mentally coming in with something else, but I actually probably looked at things a little bit wrong. On the flip side, we're looking at Cortez. His splits, he's better at home. This I do know, right? He's got Nestor Cortez, similar to him. He's got a 6 ERA on the road, right? These are similar pitchers. He's got a 1.81 ERA at home. At home, he's sporting a overall a 27% K rate overall, and individually, home versus lefties, he's got a 26% K rate. Home versus righties, he got a 27% K rate. ERA versus lefties at a .163, and home versus righties at .197. So right? There are a few batters here that has hit him, You got Paredes, who's 6 for 19 with 2 home runs. You have Rosario, who's 4 for 11 with 1 home run. And Rosarena is batting down 2 something, 5 for 23 with 3 home runs versus him. Nestor Cortez will give up a home run on that fastball, so it is what it is in that situation. Long story short, when you look at this team overall, um, they have shown the ability to hit lefties as of late, Tampa Bay Rays. So I would look at the last 30 days. Now, small sample size, but it is what it is, right? Small sample size, Tampa Bay Rays, they're around the middle of the pack at 15 to striking out at 22%, but they had a 173 WRC plus. Yo, what's happening? So they had a 173 WRC plus. What's up, Solo? And a 22% K rate. Now, only 170 plate appearances, so you can't take that into consideration. I mean, it is a small sample size, but they have been hitting lefties when they've been seeing them, right? At the end of the day, the small sample size is pretty small, and I'm definitely kind of like undecided, right? Like I said, I'm undecided how I think things are gonna go. I did have the splits mixed up when I did my notes, so now it's starting to feel like I want to lean towards New York Yankees in this one. That's where it's starting to feel. But I think that's the way my lean will go. It's nothing official. Now that I've had to reiterate my notes, yeah, I'm starting to lean towards Minnesota. I mean, the Yankees in this one, but nothing official. Nothing official though. And judging by the splits, Soto is probably going to be. I'm gonna have to add Soto, right? I have to add Soto, and then that's how it's going to look right there, right? So, I mean, judge the self-explanatory guys like that. Still a hard game for me, right? Still a hard game for me to figure out, but it is what it is. St. Louis Cardinals. We went over the weather, so we know we got weather implications. Let's say these are the two pitchers, right? And let's say this game was clear. This game was clear. Austin Riley looked good, right? Really good versus the pitch mix. All that checked in. The left-hand batters get a bump, but I can't trust them for Atlanta. I just can't trust him. Olsen has been a shell of himself. Kalenic striking out. Olsen striking out. And Ozzy ain't been Ozzying like it's supposed to have. On the flip side, there's more batters that I did like. Going up against Morton. Morton can be good. I don't know which Morton we're going to see. Morton can be okay. Morton can be good sometimes. I don't know. Old man Morton, right? So, at the end of the day, the bats that did look good versus pitch mix, Burleson. For the lefties would be Burleson and Donaldson. The righties was Contreras, Arenado, and Wynn, right? Contreras, I want to say he's got like 5 bombs within 4 or 5. Let me see. I want to be accurate with this one here. Just in case this game plays, so we do have weather implications, right? So St. Louis, let me get this one down for you guys here because I don't want to give you guys no bad information here. And very soon, this Game Day Insights, they will be sponsoring my channel. We got one going on right now. Either way it go, right? So we got a lot going on. We're gonna have something going on. I'm looking at Charlie Morton, right? Okay. Now, like I said, keep in mind we do have weather implications here, and that's major key. He's throwing a lot of motherfucking pitches too. I don't like to do that when these people throwing a lot of pitches, but it is what it is. Curve fastball, sinker. Okay, so these were the righties right here. So the thing about this is how you want to take a look at it, right? So looking at the K percentage, I really like that over the course of the month versus this pitch mix. Mason Wynn just not been striking out. He's 14 and 38, batting 368 over the course of a month with a 12% K rate. Just ain't been striking out. I really like that. Nolan Arenado versus this pitch mix, he's 13 of 36 with a home run, 2 extra base hits, and only a 2% K rate. The power is down, but it is what it is. Probably don't have to look for him for bombs. If you want to look for somebody for some power and look for some bombs, you can look at Wilson Contreras. He's 10 for 32, 313 batting average, 492 WOBA, with a 406 isolated power, good for five extra base hits and 4 home runs and 20% K rate. That's around or at or below average a little bit, right? Just right there on the below average side. So, and then the power is there within a month span. He does have 4 home runs versus this pitch mix. Okay, Paul Goldschmidt, his averages are down. Woba is down. Babbitt is down. Isolated power is still up. The power is still there. He's a veteran. It doesn't even matter. The exit velo is there, 95. If he just gets a hold to what he wants, he's going to take it. He's going to take that motherfucker deep, right? 6 extra base hits, 3 home runs in a week's time span versus this pitch mix here. The hard hit percentage is there for him and Wilson Contreras at 66 and 58. I can't complain about the 23% K rate, but it is what it is. Don't matter. What's up, don't matter? My boy said yesterday was a great day. He said my little 4-man parlay hit, but I was sweating like a motherfucker at first. That's what we like, man. That's what I like to hear there, right? That's what I like to hear. So at the end of the day, we do got weather implications for this game. But if this game was to play dry, those were the guys that I would like, right? For the lefties, it would be like I said, it would be Burleson and Donovan, and then the righties would be these 3 righties right here. And if you're just looking for power, then you can look at Contreras and you can look at Goldschmidt for the simple. And I would probably ignore Goldschmidt's 167 batting average. He's just a pro. We know who he is. If you get a hold to one, it's gone. It's just plain and simple. We know who he is. All right. So next game on the docket here, we're looking at the Detroit Tigers and the Toronto Blue Jays over under 8 in the spot. Got a few 8s here, right? I did talk about Vladdy yesterday, and I felt like I wasn't all in on Vladdy, and I was like, boom, man, he goes yard. So that's how this shit go. That's how this shit go, man. I didn't bet on Vladdy, man. I wish I did. God damn. Either way it goes, I got to lean, right? I got to lean towards the pitching outs for Olsen here. I lean towards the over pitching outs for him at 16.5. I haven't pulled the trigger. Even if it gets to a parlay piece, it's still, so be it. I'm still leaning, right? So we'll get it at a minus 118. Strong. I ain't going to say a super strong lean, but I'm leaning. I thought I put it in my player pool. I'll check it out right now. I did. So right now, looking at 2024, he's 11 to 18 to his pitching outs, right? We'll get it at a minus 118. I don't mind that number. He has faced this team one time. He had 19 pitching outs. I won't be looking at him for strikeouts. I won't. But the thing for me right now here is going to be the pitching outs, right? So it's close to a strong lean. I just need to figure it out, right? This game got an under feel to it. Where did I want to go here? Let's take a look at Olsen real quick. Let's take a look at the splits and try to give you guys a visual of what I seen here. So it's just about even, about a 3 ERA home and away. So that's something that you can look at there. He is on the road, and on the road versus lefties. Where you have to look out for him is on the road versus righties, right? He doesn't have a big time K percentage, even though his K percentage is better on the road at 24 and 22. But he's got to get around these righties. And he's gonna definitely see his fair share of righties. That's why it's only a lean, right? He has faced this team. He has gotten there, and he's a pretty okay pitcher. But like I said, it's a lean. The 18.5 outs, it's a lean. Like I said, he's pitching his worst towards right-hand batters on the road at a 280 batting average. But sometimes this Tigers offense can go anemic. So it is what it is, right? They've been at or around 100 WRC plus throughout the season. So versus right-hand pitching. So I can see instances where he could probably, miss. But he has hit it versus them versus this team right here on about a month ago, almost about 2 months ago. He did hit it versus this team, so I can't say he won't. This and then the pitches, right? So the pitch is thrown. I'm kind of, it kind of makes me happy to try to lean towards this number because he's had 97 pitches here. Um, he's had 197. He's had 90 pitches in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7 of his last 9 games. I like that. I like that. I like that. Right. So he's had 90 pitches in 7 of his last games. So that just lets me know there's a pathway for him to get there. But like yesterday, Flaherty got in trouble. I ended up taking this 17 and a half outs, and he got hooked on it, man. 5.2. I think he gave up that bomb. He might have gave up that bomb to Vladdy, and then they pulled him or some shit like that. It just hurt me, right? I forgot what happened, but it is what it is. And his pitch count was low. They might be getting ready to try to put him on a trading block or something like that. So a guy like Olsen, I don't see them trying to put him on a trade block. So it is what it is, right? Um, Incognito said, "What's the play for today?" I'm getting around to him. He said a 4 leg. I don't do too many parlays, but whatever you like, take what you like, whatever the case may be. But we might put a 4 leg together. We might put one together just because you mentioned it. So a strong lean towards Olsen outs, but I can see instances where I could get disappointed. I'm just wishy-washy with that. What else did I have here for this game? Kikuchi. Kikuchi um, versus his pitches. Like this game's got an underfield to it. I don't want to target any bats here. Um, I mean, you could get to a Riley Green if you want to. Yes, he did. Ain't Hap did, man. Yes, he did. He messed up some shit, man. And then what's the name fucked up some shit for me too. Uh, Suzuki, man. Yep. I was scared to get to those bats, those Arizona bats yesterday, but they came out and did what they're supposed to do. Like I said, versus that pitch mix, they hit that fastball pretty well, and they hit lefties good. So it was just like a match. It was a match for them. Everything was a match. Now Kikuchi got a 4 ERA for left home and on the road. Um, at home, his pitching is worse versus he's about average to lefties and righties, around 250 batting average. But in general, to righties, he's got a 276 batting average. At the end of the day, a couple bats popped. I probably don't want to give him out, so I'll probably just this game's gonna have an underfield to me. It's gonna have an underfield. It does have an underfield. This game could probably go under here, right? Um, so yeah, man. I'm probably gonna. It's probably over with for me, for them. You notice I don't never come on here and try to shove some shit down your throat because they're my Cubs. But oh my God, they frustrating. They frustrating the bet on. I never go over their shit really like that. Okay, so Los Angeles Angels at Oakland Athletics, right? So we got this guy. I don't want to butcher his name, but whatever, right? Coco, whatever, right? And then you got Spence on the mound, right? So there was a few bats that I looked at here in this game here, but I did look at Logan O'Hop, right? So Logan O'Hoppe, I was looking at him, right? So his best split is at home versus right hand pitching, right? So taking a look at Logan O'Hop at home right here versus right hand pitching. No, I'm sorry. On the road versus right hand pitching, right? So he's got a 17% K rate. That's low. Batting average at 315. That's okay. OPS at 900, slugging at 500, along with a 185 isolated power and a 155 WRC plus. So looking at these Angels here, um, right hand hitters. Looking at these Angels here. Now Mitch Spence, right? So Mitch Spence, Right now, as you can see, he's versus right hand hitters. Around about 19 at bats, every 19 at bats, average. He's getting up a home run. He's getting up 6 home runs to righties, 4 home runs to lefties. Right. So to righties, he's throwing that slider, cutter, sinker. And Zach Nino kind of looked okay as well. But when I'm looking for power or something like that, I'm looking for a guy like Logan O'Hop, right? So a guy that can probably go boom, right? So right now, um, over the course of the last 4 weeks, he's 10 for 25 versus this pitch mix with a 16.7 K rate. The hard hit and the line drive rate is looking really, really good, but the fly ball rate is down. So it don't look like he's getting a lot of lift on it, right? Barrel percentage is okay at 8, but the batting average is he's got 2 home runs and 2 extra base hits in that time span. He's 10 for 25, good for a batting average of 400. Everything is green. Isolated power looks good. Never know when he's going to launch one out, right? So at the end of the day, he's somebody that I am looking at. Within a week span, he looks pretty good, right? I mean, within 4 week span. If I can bring it out to about 3 weeks, it might change up a little bit. Like I said, Zach Nito, he enters the conversation around sometime. Brandon Jury has been back for quite some time. He's got power where he can lift it out, but he hasn't been showing it. He had been hurt for a while, but Logan O'Hop looks like the guy that I would take a chance on maybe. So the last 2 weeks he ain't been looking all that good, but prior to that, just 1 week before, he was looking really really good here at a 438 batting average versus this pitch mix. Okay, so he's a bat that I was looking at, but there of course there's other bats here because I'm not a big fan of actually neither one of these pitchers. So it is what it is. And then what I'll say about Oakland here is in a nutshell, right? Oakland, we look at these guys as a whole here. Oakland has Oakland. We can look at Oakland as a whole right now. I can go through some numbers versus right hand pitching, so I don't have to talk about individual pitchers. Um, versus right hand pitching on the season, they have a 97 WRC plus, but we all know they've been turning up lately. So the last 30 days, they have a 26% K rate, but a 108 WRC plus. That's above league, like above average, right? So and then the last 2 weeks is where they've been kicking ass, right? So Oakland, as you can see, their strikeout percentage has significantly came down. They're around to 10 right now, still at 24%, but they have a whopping 149 WRC plus and 289 plate appearances. They've been kicking fucking ass, right? So batters you can look at. Um, JB, what's his name? I call him LB. Lawrence Butler been kicking ass. JJ Bleday, we know he can do some damage. Brent Rooker is my guy. I mean, Langeliers, Zach Kaloff is coming around from picking up. He's starting to pick up where he was showing flashes last year. So those guys could be in play here. And at the end of the day, not a fan of pitching on each side. We could probably see runs put up, traffic on the bases, hits, runs, and RBIs all en route to maybe hitting the over here. My man, my 4-man parlay today is Mets hitters. Yeah, I got those guys. I got those guys in my pool. Iglesias, Alvarez. Then I got KC Moneyline. Then the Giants hitter, Soler for one hit. Didn't look at the Giants game. Probably going to look at that. Nico Hunter was my dude last season. He's sketchy this season, ain't he? Morel sketchy this season too. So definitely, I was definitely looking at Iglesias and Alvarez. I was definitely looking at those guys. We'll get to those guys in a second. I can see instances where this Angels game can go over. Speaking to this, I mean, not Angels game, to that Mets game. Speaking of that Mets game, we got the Mets right now. So one thing I'll tell you about this Mets game, Munoz, right? So Munoz, he's pitching his worst versus lefties, especially on maybe at home. Roderick Munoz, let's take a look at the splits real quick and show you how I get to where I'm trying to get to, right? So right now at home, he's got a 6.5 ERA. He's got a 4.9 ERA. In general, he's giving up 300 batting average to lefties in general. Where they at home? At excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all. At home, uh, he's got a 361 batting average at home, right? So I know I got some notes on this. So at the end of the day, the guy I'm looking at here is going to be Nemo, right? Versus this pitch mix, I'll bring up the pitch mix so you guys can see. Um, okay, so um, right now, as you can see right now, Munoz, he's giving up 3 home runs versus righty. So he's getting in this time span, short time span that he's been pitching, whatever case may be, 20 around average like 22 batters, he's giving up a home run to righties. But every 11 batters, he's giving up a home run to lefties, right? 6 home runs to lefties. To lefties, he's throwing that fastball. He's throwing a lot of shit, right? So he's throwing a lot of shit like fastball cutters, sinkers, and shit. So let me plug up my shit. So Brandon Emo versus this pitch mix. He's in the last 4 weeks. Um, He's 14 to 52. Like I said, 269 batting average is okay. Woba is up. BABIP is isolated power is up. 90 exit velo is up 97.2. 7 extra base hits, 5 home runs, 11 hard hits with 5 balls launched. Right. So I like that. Hard hit percentage is mega green. Barrel percentage is up. Last drive percentage is down. Fly ball percentage is okay. Strikeout percentage is okay. I couldn't talk you off of that. He's got 5 bombs versus this pitch mix here. I couldn't talk you off of it. Honorable mention, friend, Lindor, 250 batting average, 12 for 48. He's got 2 bombs versus this pitch mix with a 16% K rate, 50% hard hit. He bats lefty, him bats righty, so he's gonna have a chance to get his hit on there. McNeil, 11 for 45. He's got 3 bombs in that time span, right, with an 8% K rate. So, and you couple that with the fact that, like I just showed you, at home versus lefties, he's got a 361 batting average. So, the lefties get a bump, no matter how good or how bad you are. The lefties get a bump here. Okay, so I'll be looking at these lefties for hits, runs, and RBIs, hit parlays, whatever the case may be. Probably looking like my favorite one would probably be Brandon Nemo. Okay, so it is what it is, and that's with that situation. The righties here, the righties, he pitches better versus righties, I would say, but so uh, over the course of the last month, um, I mean, these righties look good versus this pitch mix. Now, uh, keep in mind, he does have a 189 average versus righties, but and then overall, in general, he's got a 181 batting average versus righties. But at the end of the day, I don't know who's going to win this battle versus him and the righties because these righties hit his pitch mix very well. I mean, Alvarez, 15 for 30 with 8 extra base hits, 2 home runs, 5 balls launched, 8, just everything. And then all these righties right here that's in green have a 16% K rate or less. You got Iglesias, he ain't even struck out yet, versus this pitch mix, right? So it's 9 for 27, 333, full 7 expecting. I mean, look at the isolated power coming from these righties. This ain't JD Martinez, and it's not Peter Alonso. This is Alvarez, Vientos, Iglesias, and Tyrone Taylor, right? So at the end of the day, I'll be looking at the team total here. Even if I'm not trying to take a side here, I do like Severino. Severino is pitching out to sitting at 18 and a half. Somebody that's going to be solid in route to not giving up runs. But at the end of the day, I'm not concerned with him, right? I'm looking at these Mets. These Mets have been shown the ability to put up runs all the way through. So I lean towards the over, and the team total, as you can see, is favorited over, right, at minus 136. So even if you don't want to take the side here, you can also take a team total over, and you can also alter that team total for the better or the worse, right? You know what I'm saying? If you think they're just gonna hit them up, then you could take their team total and ladder it, right? You can take their team total and take them for 5.5 at a plus 126. Take them for 6.5, at a plus 200. Things of that nature. And those are a lot of ways that you could skin the cat here. I wanted Lindor, but I think I'm gonna make another parlay with Lindor and Nemo. Iglesias has been going crazy. So anything else I got for my notes here? I didn't even look at the Miami side. I'm not even concerned with it right now. You guys got any more plays for that? Just let me know. Interesting thing here, right? So we got Philadelphia. What's up, Santana, man? What's up? You probably want to go back and check out them other 3 games, 3 games, whatever that I said, but yeah. So Philadelphia and this Pittsburgh game here, we got over under 8.5 in the spot. Do I got any notes on this? I know I do. Sanchez has been pitching bad on the road. He ain't been pitching that good on the road, but he got a chance. He got a chance to pitch a little bit better right now, right? So let's take a look at Pittsburgh versus left-hand pitching, right? What about yesterday, man? I said I was gonna be off of Cruz, and him and what's name go. They went crazy yesterday, man. They went crazy yesterday. Yeah, Freddie with that bomb last night. That shit was wild as hell, wasn't it? And they went crazy. Cruz and Reynolds went crazy yesterday. Damn, that was crazy, man. That was crazy. And sometimes you gotta trust the numbers, even if you're taking an L. If the numbers line up, that's what you gotta be satisfied with. You know what I'm saying? No matter what I say, no matter what you say, as long as your numbers line up for you in a hit, that's great. It miss, I ain't gonna say you're gonna feel good about losing, but you know you made the right play. I knew Cruz was the right play. Sometimes I let that shit just other things deter me. You know what I'm saying? And as much volume as I play, I'll still fade a play. Like I should have just played Cruz because yesterday was a day that I missed because I live bet, right? I live bet, so I missed on Cruz. I missed on Cruz because I could have been. He had 3 hits. Then somebody asked about Rowdy Tellez. He had 3 RBIs coming behind them motherfuckers, man. So, like don't matter. See, I seen the numbers, but I missed out. Sometimes I couldn't believe it because Cruz been in and out of the lineup. He ain't playing for 2-3 games. Then he's in. Then he's hot. Like I'm really can't believe he's hot. You know what I'm saying? He's hot. Like he's really, really playing well right now. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, right? And Reynolds just been a great story. But either way it go, where was I? So Pittsburgh. Now that was versus righties, versus lefties. Pittsburgh's ain't been looking so good, right? So let's start from the top. We're gonna look at the season, right? 24% K rate, 92 WRC plus. That's on the season, right? 10,000 plate appearances. That's a nice sample size. to be a left-hand pitcher. I mean, to be going against lefties. So they seen they share lefties. I want to say, however, now 21% K rate. So no, they didn't, right? So what are we looking at now? Over the course of a month, they only have 179 plate appearances versus lefties. So they haven't been all that good, right? They haven't been all that good versus lefties. But they haven't seen a lot of lefties. So it's hard for me to pinpoint what's going on here, what it is. 170 plate appearances within a month is just not enough. It's not enough data for me to it's not enough personally, it's not enough data for me to really be confident about some picks because for the simple fact that they've been hitting righties so well as of late. They like the last 3, 4, 5 games, they've been hitting righties really, really well. So who and then you couple that with the fact that Sanchez right now, um Sanchez right now will be on the road today, and his splits on the road, he has a 5.5 ERA. So right now, I don't know which way I want to go with this here. Because one spot says, hey, Sanchez could be in a good spot. And then another said, then my conscience is saying, hey, they ain't seen Pittsburgh ain't seen no lefties, you know what I'm saying, that much. And they've been hot versus righties. Can they be hot versus lefties? I don't know. Do I want to look at the sample size on a season sample size? Probably not, right? On a season though, they 25% K rate with a 92 WRC plus. Why am I looking at all that? Why am I stressing about that? Because I really wanted to bet on Sanchez. I wanted to bet on his pitching outs or some shit like that, right? Strikeouts in that 5.5 at plus money. Favored it to the under. That's one thing. I don't really take him for his strikeouts all the time, but I did want to take a stab at his pitching outs in the minus 125. It's a 128 right now. Well, right now. So I'm probably just going to end up I might resort to a no runs first inning. We got an over under 8.5. And then the Ortiz kid, I don't know how to put a read on him right now. He's been looking okay. Too many uncertainties for me. Trey Turner looked good. Reynolds, I could tolerate those two guys, and I probably still won't bet on this game. So I'm probably just going, I don't know, man. Live bet it or whatever. I delivered the message. I'll do what y'all want with that shit, right? So it is what it is. Cincinnati and Washington, similar to like what I was just saying against that one, right? We got an over under 8. Not a lot of sexy, not too much sexy things going on in these 8 over unders, right? So at the end of the day, you got Lodolo, right? Now Lodolo, he's pitching his best on the road. I still ain't gave up on Lodolo. This is a personal thing. I know who Lodolo. I know who he is. I don't know why he's playing this bad, right? But anytime if I ever want to back him, it's going to be on the road. Not at this. Do I have any active parlays from before the season started? No. If you're talking about futures, no. I don't bet a lot of futures. I'll start looking at some futures this year for my Chicago Bears, and then I probably lost out on some value for my Chicago Bears already. But I like MLB NFL futures if that's what you're talking about. Any active parlays from before the season started. I imagine you're talking about futures. If you have some active, let me know, man. I'd like to hear what you got, though, for sure. So, speaking of the Dolo, like I said, I would back him on the road if I'm ever backing him. I don't like that home stadium, right? He's got 2.2 ERA on the road. On Wade versus lefties, he is pitching his worst right there. He's got 250 batting average versus lefties, and then on righties, about a 144. His K percentage is up 35% versus lefties versus 30% on the road. Probably don't have that many road games, but pretty high, right? Probably don't have that many road games. Let's take a look at his game log. so we can see who he's faced on the road. So, away Pittsburgh, he did good. 7 innings, 8 Ks. Chicago Cubs, 6 innings, 3 Ks. San Francisco Giants, 6 innings, 6 Ks. San Diego Padres, that was impressive. 7 innings, 11 Ks. That was back in April, but that was impressive. That was impressive right there. They don't strike out that much. And the first game of the season, that's why 10 Ks for Chicago White Sox. First game of the season. Damn. Ooh. But so I guess he's still looking okay on the road. This team don't strike out that much, right? So what I have down here, the Dolo. So I was looking for his pitching outs. They hadn't listed it yet because I'm probably going to take a stab at his pitching outs, right? So I'm probably going to take a stab at his pitching outs. So they hadn't listed his pitching outs, and they still haven't listed his pitching outs. I looked everywhere, so that's where I wanted to try to at least tack this team because they don't strike out much. I want to say so. Washington right now on the season that's sporting a 20% K rate. Then the last 30 days versus lefties, they are sporting last 30 days at the bottom of the barrel at 16%, but also a 77 WRC plus. So I'm not too scared of the bats. Last 2 weeks versus lefties, how many plate appearances? 111, 18.9 with a 74 WRC plus. So I'm more so looking at the outs perspective here. Bats on the Washington side, I probably won't get to nobody, right? If you just wanted to get to Lane Thomas, he looked okay, but I'm not fucking with nobody, right? At the end of the day, I'm trying to get pitching outs. I don't know, and I'm not gonna sweat it, right? I'm not even gonna sweat it. If they don't put them out, I'm not gonna break my neck to look for them. I'm just gonna end up not betting on pitching for this game. On the flip side, Gore, here's a guy that's got good K stuff, right? We got 2 lefties on the mound. Gore has good K stuff, but he don't pitch. He don't go deep into games that much, right? Teams tend to work the count on him. He's went 6 innings or better, only 5. I want to say 5 times this season. I do have that in my notes. But Cincinnati is in the top half of striking out versus lefties. Cincinnati, let's see, on the season they are 12th, 22% versus lefties. Last 30 days they are what? Cincinnati 4th versus lefties at 27% with a 95 WRC plus. And last 14 days, they are 7th at 30% and 161 plate appearances with an 81 WRC plus. His strikeout prop is sitting at 6.5. Obviously, the books feel like he's gonna and it's juiced like to minus 150 at 6.5. So I don't think I want any problems with that. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't. Mackenzie Gore. We can take a look at the splits real fast because I don't remember if I looked at the splits or not. But we'll take a look at the splits real fast. Books must think he's gonna strike their ass out, right? So at home, he's got a 4 ERA. I want to look at the strikeout percentages at home. He got a K percentage at home. So 23% versus lefties, 24% versus righties. His batting average at home versus lefties is 373 with a 273 versus righties. So lefties are smacking his ass, right? And he's pitching his worst at home. So let's take a look at his game log. So at home, This last recent one, he had 4Ks against the Mets. The Mets got to him, 4 earned runs. San Diego Padres got to him, 1K, 5 earned runs, right? The next game at home was he had 10 Ks versus Atlanta. What they striking out as. No, I'm sorry. Let me reiterate that. I gotta at home. So at home versus St. Louis, he had 5 Ks and 5 earned runs. Home versus the Mets, he pitched good. Somehow he went in there, snuck 8 Ks out. I don't know how he did that shit. Then he got 7 Ks at home versus Arizona. 2 earned runs. Miami, trash. I ain't even gonna count them. Atlanta, 7 Ks, did good. The Mets got him again. At 6 runs, two Ks. Seattle, he smoked them. He did what he's supposed to do. Toronto, they got to him a little bit. So, but the most thing here is the innings he's pitching, right? He went 6 innings. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, right? He only went 6 innings 5 times. So whatever his leash is, or whatever it is, he ain't hitting 6 innings that much, right? And I don't know if they have a pitching outs for him, but he's getting strikeouts in a hurry. That's one thing I can say. So they must think he's gonna. So his pitching out sitting at 17.5. His pitching out sitting at 17.5, 16.5. I don't know if I want to get there. Sean Gohar say pitching pitch, brother. What do you mean by that? At the end of the day, there are some guys that do hit his pitch mix here, and I just said if I was going to take one bat, it would probably be Ellie De La Cruz, but it would be the righties for me, right? I ain't gonna lie. Where were we at with his splits? So at home versus lefties, he's got a 373 batting average versus lefties. That's giving lefties a bump. He's already got a 273 batting average versus righties. These righties on this team hit his pitch mix. So like I said, it's a few righties I could show you, but I'm gonna just save time and just keep on moving. Right? If I'm taking a side in this one, I'm looking at Cincinnati or nothing. I ain't even gonna lie. Baltimore Orioles at Texas Rangers. We got an over under 8. Another game with an 8 over under. Now, I'm looking at Grayson Rodriguez pitching outs here. Max Scherzer. We got a couple guys over here, especially the righties, they can't strike out. The lefties, not so much versus his pitch mix on Baltimore. But I'll show you this here. Versus Baltimore, but where was I with this shit here? All right, let me show you guys this here, right? So we're going to go to Baltimore first. Okay. Now, Max Scherzer is predominantly throwing that fastball and that slider, right? So, I need to really go back and look at some of these numbers for these righties and these lefties and splits and stuff. For batters, I didn't, but I'm gonna go back and look again. But at the end of the day, just taking a quick glance at the strikeout percentages here, Jordan Westburg, Ryan Mountcastle, both of these guys. I mean, Mountcastle doesn't look bad on the strikeout side, but Jordan Westburg is striking out a ton versus this pitch mix, right? The ones that I was really looking at here would be the lefties. The lefties. Gunnar Henderson, last 4 weeks, he's 15 for 40, no home runs versus pitch mix, 19% K rate with the line drive is up. The fly ball is down, meaning he hasn't been getting that ball up, so he hasn't been hitting no bombs. Hard hit percentage is up. Isolated power is down, right? But he's still hitting. He's 15 to 40 versus this pitch mix in the last 4 weeks. Anthony Santander could be heating up, right? He hits home runs in bunches. He's been hitting home runs lately. He's got 3 home runs versus his pitch mix. Isolated power sitting at 300. That's nice. 20% K rate. That's cool. Yeah. So everything is pretty much that's in the green is pretty good. Hard hit looks okay, and barrel percentage is pretty nice, right? So he's like I said, he's got 10 hard hit balls, 4 balls launched, to 3 home runs, and 5 extra base hits in that time span. When he hits home runs, he starts hitting them in bunches. Then he goes cold. KJ, right? Heston Kjerstad, he only had 18 plate appearances. He does have 6 hits, but he does have 3 bombs. But the K percentage is up, right? 35%. So watch out and see if he's in the lineup. But he's hitting for power right now when he gets in the lineup. Even if I want to ease it out a little bit, come back to about 3 weeks. Some guys probably look better than others. Kind of like bunches up. The last 3 weeks is probably where you want to really, really look at. Like I said, KJ is sporting a 46% K rate, 25 for Anthony Santander, and Gunnar Henderson at 25. These guys will strike out versus pitch mix as of late, but 2 of these 3 guys do have bombs. Like I said, KJ's got 2 bombs, Santander's got 3, and couple that with the fact that Scherzer has been back for not that long, but versus righties in his pitches, he's got 3 home runs and then 2 home runs versus lefties. So he will give up a bomb or 2 here and there, right? Old man Scherzer. On the flip side, we can look at Texas, and I was looking at Seager for sure. And a couple of these lefties, they don't strike out versus Rodriguez's pitch mix, but he has some qualities as well, right? So I'll break these qualities down to you, and I'll get out of here from that. So Grayson Rodriguez towards lefties. Right now, he's throwing that fastball, changeup, curveball. So lefties. Okay. So now over the course of last month, Leody Tavares, Seager, Lowe, all these guys right here, they have a strikeout percentage of 16 or low or less. That's pretty good. Man, that would have been nice for you, Edwin. We'll get them though. Like I'm saying, 18% K rate or less for all these guys, right? Over the course of 4 weeks, Leo Tavares has a bomb. Seager has 2. Nathaniel Lowe has 4. So, it is what it is, right? These top 3 guys batting around 300. Even if I want to bring it in a little bit closer, say 3 weeks, these guys get a little bit more stronger. You know what I'm saying? K rates mix around a little bit, but nobody's incredibly high. Only thing I would say was this: since they're not striking out, you can look at Grayson Rodriguez. He's not. That's one of his strongest splits when it comes to striking out. So that would be on the road versus lefty. So on the road versus lefties, away versus lefties, he's sporting a 31% K rate, right? 31% K rate versus these lefties right here that I just pointed out. They're not striking out. So can he negate that? I don't know. This team don't strike out much in general. However, I would consider his pitching outs. because remember, last following weeks, or whatever the case may be, versus right-hand pitching, Texas were AWRC Plus was down in the 60s at one point. Now they've been hitting a little bit better as of late, but Texas right now they got a 20% K rate, 93 WRC Plus, so it has came up last month. Texas WRC Plus 95, so it's creeping up a little bit. 21% K rate. They don't strike out much. Last 2 weeks versus righties, Texas around the middle of the pack and striking out, but they have been hitting lately. So kind of undecided. Itty bitty teensy wincy lean there towards the pitching guys for Grayson Rodriguez. I don't know how comfortable I feel about it. And I do like Corey Seager here, right? And I do like, let's see. I mean, Gunnar, Santander, Heston, those guys look good, man. I would narrow it down to Gunnar and Santana. Truthfully, Santana's a switch hitter. He'll be in there with, lefties or righties. And then Gunnar, man. So, as far as the side here, you got decent numbers of minus 118 or plus 100, depending on which side you want to go to. I don't know if I want to look at a Nerd One's first inning here. We got a few guys that can hit a bomb. So I don't know. But even looking at the right-hand batters here, is what kind of really wanted me to lean towards Baltimore, because I mean you got Seaman, but after Seaman, nobody else there home. So you look at fastball, slider, changeup. So over the course of the last month, like the righties, the ones over here for Texas doing the striking out, right? And then ain't nobody hitting them. Ain't nobody hitting the righties like that. You know what I'm hitting? Garcia is 5 for 38, looking terrible, right? Like Seaman, when you come into like 3 weeks, then Seaman probably light up green for you, but he's a one bomb, 16% K rate. I mean, I can fade that shit. Truthfully, I can fade that. I mean, I can fade that. Isolated power down. That average is up 10 for 32, but I think you would need a little bit more firepower, right? But I've seen worse things can happen. I'm undecided on this game. Now, the Chicago White Sox at Kansas City Royals here. Cannon. We're going to talk about Cannon here, right? So at the end of the day, we're going to talk about Cannon. Cannon is a guy similar to the other kid I was just talking about. He gives it up to lefties, right? I think he's going to be in trouble here. So I'll be looking for traffic on the bases in this game. We're going to take a look at these splits here. And they got a few guys that don't strike out, and they happen to be lefties. So home, 3 ERA, 3.2, and then a 6.6 ERA. He's pitching his worst towards lefties at a 3.16 batting average. And on the road versus lefties, he got a 3.83 batting average, okay? So what I had written down here. Pasquantino, Melendez, Massey, and Isbell. They all have K rates 12% and below over the last month versus his pitch mix. They all have 2 home runs versus his pitch mix, right? So those 4 lefties right there, they K percentage is down at 12% and below for those 4 guys. And then they all have 2 home runs versus that pitch mix. Then you look at Bobby Witt, right? Bobby Witt sporting an 8% K rate, right, versus his pitch mix. I feel like these guys probably going to end up touching him, okay? So I like Bobby Witt would be my top bat, followed by whatever lefty they throw in that gets a bump. Because like I said, he's got a 3. Now keep in mind, he did face. Now I could give him, I can't give him, I don't have to give him a lot of slack here flack here because he faced Miami, meh. Detroit got to him with those lefties over there, Riley Green, them. Seattle, not so much. Minnesota. You know those lefties are dangerous over there. They got to him as well. So we can make a case for that, right? He had a tough go round, but that still don't take away from the fact that those four lefties that I just named, all four of them got a 12% K rate or less. So, and then Bobby Witt looks beautiful versus his pitch mix. So I'm looking at Bobby Witt, hits all the way up to a home run, hits runs and RBIs, whatever you want to do. Then you want to take a look at Brady Singer, right? If you just want to get to a White Sox bat, Brady Singer is pitching his worst versus lefties, and Lopez and Benintendi look good. That's just if you had to get to a bat for the White Sox. They should be in the lineup. It is what it is, right? I wanted to look at Brady Singer pitching outs. I want to look at his strikeouts. I wanted to look at something. I think it's in play, but I'm not giving it out. I need a little bit more time to look into it. The Padres and Cleveland Guardians. This game here is, I just don't know, right? I'm really looking at Josh Naylor here. He is one bat that stuck out to me. I didn't play nothing yet. He's a bat that stuck out to me, right? Cease, he's pitching his worst to lefties. I want to say on the road. And he's going to see some lefties here in Cleveland. Cleveland don't strike out that much versus left-hand pitching. As you can see on the season, Cleveland should be near the bottom of the barrel. I want to say, or I could be wrong. Where are they? Cleveland. Around the middle, right? That's at 22%. Then you got the last 30 days, how they look versus. No, I'm sorry. I'm looking at versus right-hand pitching. I need to look at versus right-hand pitching. On the season versus right-hand pitching. Right, Cleveland, 18%. 101 WRC plus. 30 days, Cleveland. 20%. Last 2 weeks, Cleveland, 18%, right? So you never know what can happen in this situation. Like I said, Josh Nader did look okay. He's a bat I don't mind getting to at least for a hit. So, he's somebody that you can look at. He should be due for a bomb, too. On the other side, I don't know what to think of. With this Gavin Williams guy, I don't know. I need to see more. And we only have a 7.5 over-under, so it's not that sexy for me for bats. Milwaukee Brewers and Minnesota Twins here. Another 7.5 over-under game where I don't know exactly how to do things and how to attack things, but I will say this, right? I give you some splits and you can figure it out from there. Peralta. Now, Peralta, is on the road, right? I can't, right? I can't. Wait, let me see something. Minnesota. How have they been doing versus righties? I know they've been lighting righties' ass up, ain't they? Yeah. 110, 111 WRC plus on the season versus righty. 17% K rate. Last 30 days, 17% K rate with 130 WRC plus versus righties. I can't fuck with nobody. I can't fuck with Peralta like that. I can't do it, right? The line is fishy. The line is fishy. For them to have 130 WRC plus, the line is fishy as hell. Then you got Lopez, like, Now I know Lopez. He's got weird splits. Like his at home, he's pitching his worst at home. So versus lefties too. I think that's what that is. So he got a 5.7 ERA at home. So there's possibilities that they can hit him. So I see now. So what I would look at here, well, I would probably look at the over here. I would probably look at the over here. Unless both of these motherfuckers come out on a game and have a flashback at home versus lefties. He's got a 298 batting average. At home versus righties, he's got a 291 batting average. He will strike out a few people, but we got an over under 7.5. I think I small lean towards the over for me, right? What's Milwaukee doing versus righties? Let's see. 102 WRC plus. Yeah, Warren. Even though Lopez gets strikeouts, he does give up hits. You're right. What is this here? Last 30 days, Milwaukee, 100 WRC plus. Okay. 102. Not about the last 14 days. Milwaukee. Last 14 days, Milwaukee number one striking out. I didn't even know that. That's interesting. 90 WRC plus. I don't know, man. Let's take a look at some team totals real fast. Three and a half for Milwaukee. 3.5 for them for Minnesota. Boy, this is an interesting game here. So right off the bat, we know what we do know is by Lopez, if he's just gonna keep doing this bullshit, we do know he has a 5.7 ERA at home, and what we do know is he's given up 290 batting average at home to righties and a 290 batting average at home to lefties. That's what we do know. I didn't look at the bats, so let's take a look. Let's take a look at these Milwaukee bats real quick, right? Let's take a look at these Milwaukee bats. Take a look at the lefties. Also career in Bucks on the 8-game history. Definitely something I need to know there. Milwaukee, right? Milwaukee lefties versus Pablo. He's giving up 4 home runs to righties, 5 to lefties. Fastball, sweeper, changeup. So, over the course of a month here, Christian Yelich looks good. He's 12 for 32, 4 extra base hits, home run, 2 home runs, 10 hard hit balls, 2 of them launched, 12% barrel rate, 56% hard hit. Line drive is green. Fly ball is down. Sal Frelick, he's 11 for 27. He doesn't hit for much power. He's a guy that can get on base. He's got a 7% K rate over the last month versus his pitch mix. Bryce Terang, he's 265. He's got 2 bombs. His barrel was down. Hard hit is down for him, 11% K rate though. So Christian Yelich looked like he'd be that dude if I wanted to bet on somebody here. Last 3 weeks it gets better for him. 429 batting average, 350 for Sal Frelick, and it is what it is. Within the last week, Sal Frelick here, 5 at-bats, 3 hits, batting 600. One of those were an extra base hit. So yeah, I mean, what you want me to? Last 2 weeks, Sal Frelick, he's been batting good. Him and Christian Yelich, huh? Interesting. How about righties? Oh, that was righties. I'm sorry. That was righties. So temper expectations real fast. Temper expectations. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was right hand. That was right hand pitch batters. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to fill it to lefties. It was right hand batters. Um, so the righties right now. Let me come back in. I mean, they ain't as sexy. They ain't as sexy. Let me filter to the lefties the right way. I'm sorry, guys. Um, fastball. Oh, okay, fastball changeup, sweeper, curveball. Curveball. So he didn't have that. Okay. Pretty much the same old song, right? Wait. Pretty much the same old song. It'll be Yelich and Frelick for me, right? So, who I would probably bat on here would probably, Frelick, he would be a hit candidate. Yelich would be a hit candidate. If you expect runs to be put up here, then you can look at his runs and RBIs. Make sure you look at where these guys bat in the lineup. I imagine Yelich would probably be batting third. Frelick would probably be batting probably about fifth or seventh, something like that, about seventh. So something like that, right? I guess. Right? I guess. So yeah, Yelich would probably be one of the guys. I don't know. Man. Can we get an over out of this one? I don't know, man. Um, I don't know. Can we get an over out of this one? Peralta, I know he's probably throwing like a fastball and a slider, probably. We could take a glance at it. Peralta, fastball and changeup to lefties, Minnesota. So the lefties, you'll be probably looking at first this pitch mix. I'd imagine that would be the fastball, right? Nope. Changeup. What about the righties? So it's the righties. So wow, god damn. Look at Miranda is 13 for 22, four extra base hits, hard hits, barrels nice. K percentage is down at 8. Wow. Line drive 61%, hard hit 57%. Fly ball is down. 591. Shit. Buxton 407. Yeah. Isolated power around 593. 4 home runs, 8 extra base hits, 13, 22 barrel percentage, 71 hard, 52 fly ball. Damn. Whoever, yeah, they gonna put them righties on his ass. What was that? What's that boy name? Peralta. On the road. He pitches a little bit better on the road. In general, kind of okay batting average, man. Away versus rights is at 242. What's up, Tiffany? Man, I hope you pivot to them Oakland, man. I thought about you yesterday. When that weather with that weather, man. I thought about you yesterday with that weather. They in the postponing that game. I didn't see. I hope you didn't get caught in that shit. I hope you went to the same motherfuckers you listed for Oakland. I hope you did. for DFS. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I can see instances, man. I'm starting. Hey, it's probably gonna be it's probably gonna be Minnesota or nothing for me. Team total or something. I don't know. But these guys look good. These righties look good. These righties look good. Low K percentage. These righties look really, really good. How about taking down so it's they really like that fastball. Well, Buxton and Miranda really like that fastball, and he's throwing that fastball 52% of the time. It's followed by a slider at 32% of the time. So those are the two main pitches he's throwing, and they look you Perea, Margot, Miranda, Buxton. See who's in the lineup. It is what it is. Yeah. So those are guys there. I didn't even go this far. Where are we at now? So the Diamondbacks in Chicago, I didn't look at this game, and I'm going past this game, right? Didn't look at this game. I didn't look at the Boston game. St. Louis game, I'm not looking at it. We got weather implications for the St. Louis games again. You just gotta look at the weather and do your thing, do your research. I ain't even looking at it. San Francisco game I didn't look at, and Houston game I didn't look at. So I'm gonna take a look at this Boston game real fast. So uh, we got Bayo on the mound, and we got Robleski on the mound here. Bayo, I need to see what Bayo been getting hit. So I'll be looking at them lefties versus him, Otani, and Freddie. I ain't even gonna look at the pitchers. I don't even care, truthfully. Um, this other kid though, I'm really interested in this other kid. What's his name? Robleski. He's given up 2 home runs in each game he's played so far. 5 innings pitched in each game. He is a lefty. Um, Only 4 strikeouts. What about the minors? In the minor leagues, he's got 79 strikeouts in 78 innings, which gives you a strikeout per inning. This team here, we know they will strike out versus lefties, right? We know this for sure. Boston, number one team, striking out versus lefties. Minors, he was going to strike out per inning. He's got back-to-back games with strikeouts this year, with 4 strikeouts this year in 5 innings, so he could be on par uh, with the same numbers for minor leagues. Um, but yeah, Boston's striking out, but they can hit lefties here and there. I need to see more from this kid, but all the way through, even the last 30 days, he got a 33% K rate with a 68 WRC plus. That's horrible. That's 14 days. Boston, 114 plate appearances, 33% K rate, 41 WRC plus. Oh my God. They act like they got blindfolds on when a lefty come up there. Shit. So I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. Uh, could he go out there and do something for these guys? But shit, I don't know, man. They striking the fuck out versus lefties. Robeski, fastball and slider. lately. Ooh, shit. All red. last last 4 weeks. Not a lot of plate appearances. I'll filter it out. So let's go 6 weeks. Um, Look at that shit. Look at that K rate. 36, 44, 53, 23, 18. Who's 18? Masaka Yoshida, 25, 33, 37. Damn. Batting averages are terrible. Nope. Nope. None of the usual suspects. Damn. Devers with a 192 batting average. He got a 96 exit velo with a 346 isolated power. He's still he still hit a bomb though. That motherfucker will still hit a bomb. Devers Devers all gas, no brakes, no defense. He all gas, ain't he? Shit, I guess. Damn. So I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it do. I can even go out to the last 2 months. Um, K percentage is bad, man. K percentage is bad. Don't matter. Ain't nothing funny. But yeah, for sure, bro. Like, man, it's bad. I don't even know what to think here. What is his strikeouts? 3.5, 4.5. 4.5 strikeouts for this kid, Robleski. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think. Truthfully, I don't. I'm gonna have to look at Freeman. I'm gonna have to look at Otani. That's about it, right? Those are gonna be my guys there. The money line is fishy. The shit was just weird, man. With an over under 9, who's supposed to score if they can't hit lefties? We'll see. We will see. I will take a look at Coors Field, and I think I'll get out of here, right? I'll take a look at Coors Field here. What I will say about this Houston game, I'll tell you this, right? So we do know that Houston. We do know that Houston. We do know that Seattle strikes out, right? We do know that Seattle strikes out. Oops, 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 oops. I just want to see something. All right, so we do know that Seattle strikes out, right? So they have been they have been good versus this guy, surprisingly, right? And then they don't strike out that much as they do versus lefties than they do to righties, right? So over the course of the last 30 days, and they've been hitting them. So over the course of the last 30 days, Seattle are 18th and 21.6 K rate. Yes, 21.6 K rate with a 117 WRC plus. They've been pretty good, right? They've been pretty okay. All right. So Seattle, yeah, last 2 weeks, only 84 plate appearances, so I won't count that. Now, well, I will show you. Let's go to Valdez. Let's go to the strikeouts this season. Now, this season he's faced this team twice this season. 3 Ks in a 5-0 Seattle win, and 4 Ks in a 3-2 Seattle win, right? Um, he ain't been looking too good versus Seattle this year. He already got 3 and 4 Ks versus them this year. Last year, he had 7 Ks that game. He had Seattle beat up on him. He had 5 Ks that game. And then he had 6 Ks this game. It was a 2-3 win. So it looked like if he get his Ks, they win. At the end of the day, though, he hasn't been looking good versus this team, and they've been better versus lefties. So I'm just gonna not pick on these guys. Seattle. I'm not gonna pick on these guys here. Right? Then you got Kirby on the mound. I didn't look at anything here, and then you got an over under 7. Like I don't want no parts of that right now. Right? Kirby could be an interesting out candidate here. I have to look a little bit further into it, but where's this pitching out sitting at 18.5 at plus money? I have to take another look at that. I will. I will have to take another look at that. This Colorado Rockies game is the one that I need to look at, right? How about Toglia and how about Tovar and Doyle yesterday? Bang bang, right? So yeah, that was lit, right? So right now we're looking at San Francisco Giants and the Colorado Rockies, right? We got over the 9.5 here. Let's take a look at Webb, right? So Webb ain't been doing too good. Webb ain't been doing too good lately, right? Not as what we expected. Either way it go. Game log here. He just gave up 7 earned runs to Toronto. Yeah, Doyle. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yesterday was great. Yes, it was. I was at home at Atlanta, at St. Louis. So he ain't been to Coors this year. He ain't been to Coors this year. All right. He ain't been to Coors this year. So on the road versus lefties, he's giving up. That's where he's getting hit at, right? He's getting up a 300 batting average. He's pitching his worst on the road in general. Then he's got a 258 batting average versus righties. He's a guy that they'll leave out there, if he's doing it pretty good. Pitch mixes and things like that. I gotta come to the model for this here. Let's see, Colorado. Because this is Coors Field, baby. We gotta get these home runs up out of here. So, looks like from right now, that's the last 2 months. I'll come back for the last month here. So, versus pitch mix in the last month, Doyle has the most plate appearances. Doyle continues to smash, right? 429 batting average, 709 WOBA, 333 BABIP with an 810 isolated power, 96 exit velo, 7 extra base hits, 5 home runs, 9 hard hits, 7 launch ball, green, 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 nice green, right? Wow, that looks good. Damn, that looks good. Damn, that looks good, man. At home too? Shit. Mm-mm. Damn, that look good. Wow. Brendan Rodgers, 13. Let me see. Let me check some of Doyle's splits, man. I ain't looking at that shit, man. That shit look good. Well, man, I'm going back to the well anyway. You brought me cash yesterday. Brendan Rodgers, only 13, only few plate appearances, but he still looks good. Hard hit 72. Isolated power 231, 13% K rate. Ezekiel Tovar. Okay. Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. How about those lefties in the last? Matter of fact, you know what? Let me see something. Man. All right. How about these lefties, right? I'm gonna go out a little further to 2 months. I ain't want no positive. Right? It's them boys, right? Them righties, nothing. I'm gonna be looking at Doyle, Rogers, Tovar. I might just only bet on no, this is Coors Field, so I gotta bet on all them motherfuckers. I ain't even gonna lie. Even if I could take two of these guys for a home run and one of them hit, it is what it is. I don't know. It's runs not bad. That's what I'm gonna end up playing though. Might go back to back with the home runs though. Straight up. Might go back to back with the home run. On the flip side, we can look at San Francisco Giants. Um, yeah, I played Ramos yesterday. I took an L. No. Whoa. Oh. Mm. What happened to the good old days, man? Soler versus the lefties, man. This, we might have a fucking fest in this game here. We might have a fest in this game here, man. This might be the game of the day, man. I can see home runs coming from out their ass. Man, I'm gonna be betting some combos on DraftKings. Yeah, Chapman. I hope Ramos, Chapman, Confronto get something. I like Ramos, Chapman, Soler. I like Ramos, Chapman, Soler. But versus a lefty, let's go out a little further. Get a bigger sample size. Ramos, Chapman, Soler. There we go. Look at that shit. Chapman exit velo damn near 100. Y'all see Cruz hit that motherfucking shit to 120 miles an hour? Shit was crazy, wasn't it? You played them all yesterday? Yes, ma'am. You know the rule. If they didn't get hit, they go on a day for sure. Don't matter in the right. Yeah. I like Chapman, but I got him on a risky parlay. Yeah, he can strike out, but his K percent has been looking okay lately. Dang, man, this is about to go down, ain't it, man? Oh, Coors Field can disappoint, but I'm here for it, man. I got some money to the side for it. I got some money to the side for it. I just want to know who in the lineup. That's all I need to know. Straight up. That's all I need to know. That's it. I don't even want to look at lefties. Lefties for what? Those the guys right there. But let's take a look though. This is over the course of 2 months too, man. But we got an over on the 9 here. 9.5. Let me take another look at Logan Webb here again, man. Oh, let me take a look at Feldner. You know what, though? I didn't even look at Feldner today. Feldner pitches good at home, don't he? Excuse me. Nope, he got a 6.75 ERA. Excuse me. Oh, snap. Damn. He got 359 batting average versus lefties at home and 286 versus lefties on the road. He's giving up power to lefties. 2.14 home run per 9. Okay. Let me take a look at Feldner's game log. At home, no home runs versus Milwaukee. No home runs versus the Dodgers. 3 home runs versus Pittsburgh. 1 home run versus Cincinnati. 2 home runs versus Cleveland. No home runs versus Texas. None versus San Diego, but 4 earned runs. Tampa Bay, none. Okay. 6 earned runs. Okay. 1 home run, 8 earned runs to Cincinnati. Okay. Yes, sir. You already know. That's Coors Field, baby. Coors Field, baby. Coors Field, baby. Let's take one more look of let me see something. One look at the one more look at the weather real fast, right? So let's fast forward to Coors Field. Lowest chance of a delay. Game will finish either way. So it's a low chance of delay. Game will finish either way. What we got here? Let's see. 81 temperatures, northeast, 67% humidity. I'm not a good weather guy, so I don't really too much know what all this shit means, to tell you the truth. So I ain't gonna sit here and act like I know what the fuck that shit is. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah. Chicago White Sox. Make sure you guys look at the weather, man. Look at the weather, man. Make sure y'all look at the weather. I went over this in the beginning of the game, beginning of the stream. Make sure y'all look at the weather, bro. Straight up. That's it though, man. That's it. That's it for me. That's it for me, man. So I have to be mindful of this weather. I have to be mindful of this weather. Not my favorite slate, but there's some nuggets here. Okay, there's some nuggets here. All right, I'm gonna end up getting up out of here. Let's see something. That first game getting ready to come on. Let's get a parlay going, right? How about let's come over here to hits, runs, and RBI. Something easy, right? Let's go with something that could be easy. Why don't I take Soto for 2 hits, runs, and RBIs, right? How about we take I'm taking Nemo for 3 hits, runs, and RBIs. Might take him for 4. I'm probably just gonna ladder his hits from 3. I'm taking for 3 and 4, but let's take him for 2. What do you say about that Kansas City weather? Pretty soggy day today in KC. By game time, models show a lingering batch of moderate rain holding south of KC. If that is accurate, we should play with no issues. If that batch is over KC instead of just south of KC, it could be a big issue. So I reserve the right to increase the risk here if needed. We gotta keep an eye out on our shit, on the weather. But let's go Buxton here. So FanDuel don't put their shit out early. Like, fuck. Go ahead to ESPN bet, man. Let's go to player props. Let's go to let's take Soto 1.5. One minus 135. I like that. You're getting even money. Even money. You're getting even money for Bucks and hits, runs, and RBIs. They're 1.5. They even let you get Bucks in that 1 for. I'm taking 1.5. I'm betting. I'm betting. I'm betting. I'm betting. I'm betting a few of these here. Matter of fact, scratch that. I mean, either one. I don't know which one I'm putting in the parlay. I'm gonna put Buxton in the parlay. Fuck it. Put Buxton in the parlay. It's doable, Nick. It's doable. Definitely doable. I put it on my prize picks last night. I had a that's for a protected play. 20 hours protected play. I wait for the late games for tomorrow and I'll play it then. Uh let's take Nemo. You get 2.5 for Nemo at plus 130. I'm betting that too. What's this? 3 legs? Um, damn. I don't know who to take from here, man. Shit. From the Coors game. Numbers inflated. 2.5s and shit. Sometimes you ain't gonna get 2.5s and shit like that. So whoever got a decent 1.5, I'll jump on that. Ramos starting off at 2.5. McMahon, Tovar 1.5. Doyle at 1.5. Let's do it. And I'm betting that straight. Taking both of these here. 1.5 and the 2.5. Let's roll like that. I roll like that. Soto hits, runs, and RBIs 1.5. Nemo hits runs and RBIs 1.5. Buxton hits runs and RBIs 1.5. Doyle hits runs and RBIs 1.5 plus 900. Mm-hmm. To win $100, what would I have to play? $10.79. That's what I'm betting right there. All right. That's a parlay right there. But I'm going to be betting a whole bunch of straights, man. With that being said, guys, peace out, man. Appreciate y'all sliding. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know the deal. Let's get it.